Hello, it's this Mr. Gambino here with a new stream. And in this stream, I'm going to be doing my event week stream for this week in Red Dead Online. So yeah, starting off, I believe this is a featured series. I don't think they really talked about it on their newswire this time around. But I think even when they don't talk about it, they do a featured series, so that would be Sport of Kings. And then yeah, going off the title, there's 2 times collector roll XP for full collections, which means any full collection, and then the weekly collection. Then there's some more 2 times collector roll XP as well. So if you can't tell off the title and description, or even Rockstar Newswire, since I'm not really able to do these ones as early as I can in GTA, since there's not really much leaks on that kind of stuff. Because of that, I pretty much have to do these streams after the newswires. But yeah, I'll talk about the rest after I make my party on PSN or whatever. So I'm just making a party really quick. Alright. So, because I have my collector maxed out, I don't know if I want to do any sort of gameplay things, or if I'm just simply want to talk about the event week, so I decided I'll just spawn by my camp. In case I want to do anything for trader or anything, to make up for the fact I'm not going to do anything for the collector, since why should I? I have the maximum amount of XP. So yeah, just know 33.3% off is 5 gold bars off, since it's typically 15 gold bars instead it's 10. Do know for this whole entire DLC, for the Moonshiners DLC, for people like me and other people with Twitch Prime, the collector's bag will actually be free, so this discount's only for those without Twitch Prime. For those with Twitch Prime, there's really nothing more to it. It's obviously free. There's also 30% off the metal detector, and there's a couple more 30% off discounts, and then there's also a 50% off discount as well. And then there's also a 5 Club XP ranks login reward, which I believe equates to 6,000 Club XP, since I think each Club XP rank is 1,200 XP, I think. So yeah, that would be 6,000 Club XP, I'm very positive. And then yeah, obviously I'll be going into the rest of it once I'm loaded into the game. So yeah, I do know I'm pretty much only going to be talking about stuff that's known in the game. Unlike GTA, I can't really unlike in GTA, there's not really much more to talk about than what's on the newswire. Because I can't really figure out that stuff early, like I can for the other game. By the way, the Club XP ranks, I don't know if they mentioned it, but it might show up in offers and rewards. Usually they mention that kind of thing if they do it. Oh yeah, it says it will be available through the benefits section. So you will have to manually claim the 6,000 Club XP or the 5 ranks. So do keep that in mind. Just because they give it to you doesn't mean it's active. You do have to activate it from offers and rewards. Otherwise, you're not going to actually get the XP until you activate it. And then, yeah. Here's some of the other stuff here. 100% roll XP boost for collectors. I don't know why they didn't just call it 2 times roll XP. They kind of did in the newswire, but for some reason for Red Dead they like to go off of percent. It seems more than they do 2 times or whatever. then again, in this game they also do like 1.5 times. So it's great to see them doing like 2 times for once. They don't do a lot of 2 times like event things for Red Dead like they do for GTA. It's usually like 1.5 from what I can tell. But yeah, there's 100% raw XP boost on finding collectibles and full collection sales. And it includes the weekly collection for the week. Which, speaking of that, I did forget to show it off last week, but I'll make sure to show this one off since it is a collector-themed event week after all. But yeah, it's mainly going to be the full collections, I would say, and are going to be worth doing for the double roll XP. And then 30% off select collector roll items. So yeah, I put the metal detector in the Mrs. Spectator, but there is other 30% off discounts as can be seen on the newswire or in this benefits section I'm showing off here. Which also includes the refined binoculars and the Pennington Field shovel. In addition to the metal detector as I mentioned in the Mrs. Spectator. I'll go into like the section for like the unlocks for the collector and kind of talk about them a little bit. Say which ones are worth it, which ones aren't. Especially with the collector, I would know since I'm maxed out on my collector roll. That's the one roll I've really maxed out at this point. Because I'll be honest, I don't play this one as much as GTA. Especially with the fact that the Moonshiners DLC broke this game like badly. Like, there's a lot of times where my game just doesn't load in a fucking lobby. Like, I can go into 2 lobbies in such a short time and it'll fail to load in and shit. And also, I'm pretty sure it's a very well-known issue that, like, animal spawns are, like, pretty broken and whatnot. I think I heard it even impacts, like, boat spawns as well. But yeah, those are all, of course, things that help with collecting. And then there's half off all collectors maps. So it doesn't matter if it's like underground collectible or if it's like a collectible you find like in the actual world, like the American wildflowers. Whether it's underground or above ground, it's pretty much half off all the maps for those said items. Actually, before I move on to the next section, honestly, you really shouldn't take advantage of 50% off all collectors maps. Even using collector maps is pretty terrible to do. Like, obviously you're losing out on profit when you use those collector maps. Like, yeah, they give you a good idea of a location, but you still have to search a decentish bit for finding your stuff, I'm pretty sure. What I recommend doing instead is like going on a channel such as like GTA Wiki that covers like the different like spawns for the collectibles. And if I said GTA Wiki, I meant GTA series videos. They do a lot of really good like GTA and Red Dead videos and whatnot, of course. And if you go on GTA series videos, like, do keep in mind that Moonshiners DLC did change the way that, like, the spawns work, I'm pretty sure. I believe it used to be within, like, a 3-day span or whatever, that the collectibles change or something. Like, there was a day 1, day 2, or day 3, or set 1, 2, and 3. There was, like, 3 different possible locations for different, like, items, I think. Now I think it's, like, a few to several or something like that. I'm not entirely sure how it changed because honestly I haven't really collected anything because I'm already like collector rank 20. I've been since before the DLC came out for Moonshiners. But yeah, that's pretty much the strategy to do is to just look up the locations on YouTube or anywhere else on the internet like Google or something. Don't even bother with collector maps, that's a pretty big mistake. As you can definitely save quite the profit over time. So yeah, make sure as well when you go on GT Series videos, like I mentioned, that you go for the ones like after the Moonshiners DLC when it comes to watching their videos. I believe they redid all their videos for the new locations for Moonshiners. So every single like collectible has like their locations as of the latest DLC, since they decided to change them after all. And then this one's just a really small one here. Claim your 5 ranks worth of Club XP, visit your offers and rewards to claim. And yeah, it also counts towards the Outlaw Pass. And yeah, even if you don't have the Outlaw Pass, of course, if you upgrade to the Outlaw Pass, all that like XP basically converts between the two. So it will be for the club like rewards and the Outlaw Pass if you upgrade. And yeah, Outlaw Pass ends on March 10th. So there's only one more event week actually before the Outlaw Pass ends, which is quite interesting. Which means I really have to play this game a lot more. As broken as it fucking is right now. For the fucking game. So yeah, that was that. Okay, did I not choose to spawn at my camp? I could have sworn if I chose to spawn at camp or whatever. And I now forgot where I even am. I could have sworn I chose to spawn at the camp or whatever, did I not? And my camp's usually right here, and I'm not seeing it, which is really weird. Don't tell me the game is so broken that the camps don't even fucking work all that well. I think that was even an issue with the previous DLC. The Frontier Pursuits one. Yeah, I'm confused. I could have sworn I chose my camp. Whatever. Just want to talk about the event week then. Since that's mainly what these streams are about, it's just talking about the event week. Even though I can't really get information on the DLCs ahead of time, not DLCs, even though I can't get information on the event weeks ahead of time like I can for GTA. Just because there's not really anywhere near as many like leaks and stuff for this game, of course. Just because I can't do that doesn't mean I'm not gonna do event week streams for Red Dead. So I'll go over here right now. Once again, I don't understand why the weekly collection's not listed on the collector's bag anymore. You used to be able to go for collector's bag to see the weekly collection, but you can't seem to do that anymore. Maybe it's because they fixed the like issue from the previous DLC where like the collection lists weren't showing in the post office, I'm guessing. Because I think it used to not be very good with sending that stuff to the post office, I think. So I'll go over to Emerald Ranch or something. Yeah, obviously for people who just want to get into the collector, the 33.3% off the collector's bag is definitely going to be the most worthy of the discounts. So instead of 15 gold, it will be 10 gold. This gold can honestly be quite the fucking grind. Especially for the Outlaw Pass, which is like 35 or fucking 40. I mean, I really do have to do a lot more like daily challenges and stuff. Because I really do want that all out pass number 2, and I do want to somehow see if I can get it all the way to 100. But I doubt that will happen. And then, yeah, since I do have it listed on as a spectator, I'll talk about the metal detector for a moment. Said I was going to go into the, like, unlocks for the collector, but I might as well talk about it while I'm going to the Emerald Ranch here. But yeah, the metal detector, I would say, is one of the, like, couple of good discounts for this week. I believe you do need the metal detector to get some of the collectibles in the game. Not sure. Technically, the metal detector doesn't let you dig underground, so I'm not sure if you do need it for collecting things underground. But it's really useful regardless for getting collectibles. Like right now, I could literally just have my metal detector out. And basically any moment you're not in PvP, you should have your metal detector out. So anything you may stumble upon, you can easily dig up. If you really want to. Allows you to basically go wherever you're going normally, and in addition to that, get a ton of collectibles you otherwise wouldn't really get. And it makes underground collecting a breeze as well, because you wouldn't really have to like rely on like GTA series videos or anything, or any sort of like collectible guides or anything. As long as you like traverse all the like dirt roads in the game like every single day or whatever, you'll probably get every single collectible there is or something, if you're dedicated enough. So yeah, basically at all times you'll definitely want to use metal detector. That's why that one is very useful. So I'll check my satchel.
So I'm guessing you're not just here to pass the time of day.
Oh, yeah, not collector's events or whatever. Never had to do this through the satchel. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, I don't think it's in there.
So,
Does it get added to the collector's bag or something after you pick it up? Okay, yeah. Apparently the new way it seems to work is you have to actually like get it from the post office, then it shows up. I think before, and you used to just be able to go into like any other collection. So yeah, now I was able to do that. Here's the weekly collection. It's the Gold Panners one, or whatever, Gold Panners Dream. With an Ojeda Rose Gold Bangle Bracelet, 1797 Gold Eagle, and then Gold Pocket Watch. Of course, these Gold Pocket Watches you probably just loot off of people pretty much that you end up killing throughout the game. And then these in the 1797, the bracelet, and then the Gold Eagle like coin thing. Those you would want to use your metal detector for, and your like shovel. And like I mentioned, the perfect strategy for not having to watch any sort of like video to find collectibles and get a lot of like money and XP with the like collector is obviously you can go on all these different like roads if you're dedicated enough. And you can literally just hold your metal detector, and every time it flashes, of course, something's obviously nearby.
Another one here for some money under the table, I
Hey,
assume.
it's very great when you're not doing any PvP or anything. PvP or PvE or anything. Basically, having to defend yourself against players, or, of course, if you're doing, like, missions and stuff, while you do those missions, while you're traveling to those missions, any spare time you have, you can spend on getting collectibles that you wouldn't otherwise get by not having your metal detector out. So having it out at any time possible is definitely very crucial. It can definitely make you a lot more money than you would otherwise. And also, I don't think the benefits section really mentioned it all that well. But heirlooms as well as double roll XP. So whether you sell one heirloom or like a whole set of heirlooms. Heirlooms is like the one thing going on right now that's giving double roll XP regardless of if you get one or like the whole set or whatever. And from my knowledge, these family heirlooms, of course, you would probably typically find these in interiors compared to like American wildflowers, which would be outside. And I wouldn't doubt that you could like loot heirlooms off of like people you kill as well, throughout like different like missions and whatnot. That's kind of the way to do that. So it's not one that would be like underground at all. Pretty sure they would all be above ground and typically in like interiors. So yeah, every single heirloom you collect, you'll get double roll XP on. I believe when you collect it and when you sell it would make the most sense. Unless that's just something they mentioned on the newswire as like an example of like collectibles or whatever. So maybe there's not any like a specific thing with heirlooms. The way it's kind of worded in part of the like newswire, it kind of suggests there's a special thing going on with heirlooms where the individual ones you collect gives you extra XP. Though seeing the way they worded it now, it sounds like they're just giving it as an example of like collectibles in the game, of course. They're not like actually saying that there's double like XP on them for every individual heirloom. So yeah, scratch that. It's just 2 times XP for full collections and weekly collections, it seems. So yeah, scratch a heirloom thing. It just seems to be weekly collection, and then full collections as well. So it seems that heirlooms are actually normal XP when not selling them as a full set. So yeah, with 30% off the Pennington Field Shovel, it will be $245. It doesn't seem like Twitch Prime has any increased discounts according to the newswire. Though maybe it's just something they didn't decide to mention. So if there is no increased like Twitch Prime discounts at all, for every one Pennington Fields shovel would be $245. So yeah, of course a good way to build up for that money would just be to go for like things like American Wildflowers and like tarot cards and antique alcohol bottles and whatnot that you can find outside of underground areas. That'd be a good way to build up money for the field shovel. And this one is absolutely worth getting, since of course you cannot collect underground collectibles without a shovel. And underground collectibles are the most lucrative. I believe they give the most XP when you collect them. They're also worth the most between all the collectibles in the game. And as I mentioned, being able to get underground collectibles is basically the key to becoming the most successful collector you can in the game. Since there's that really great strategy I mentioned where you can just have your metal detector out at every single moment that you do not need to use your gun. And every time you go to a mission, in the meantime, when you're going over to the mission, on the side you can get some collectibles that you wouldn't otherwise get without having a metal detector out. So metal detector is absolutely a best friend in addition to the field shovel. Those two work together like a charm. And sadly, I think those are the only good discounts aside for the collector's bag for those who haven't even started on the collector yet. So yeah, refined binoculars. Honestly, this one's just a waste, to be honest. I would not recommend picking this up. I can't think of one moment where I've really needed to use the binoculars. Like, yeah, at a range, you could probably find certain things at a range, which is really good. But I don't feel like dig sites are, like, the most common ways to get collectibles. Like, dig sites are, I think, collectibles that are kind of in the ground, but there's obviously, like, a thing that shows up, like, above ground or whatever, that kind of signifies where an underground collectible is. Most of the collectibles are just fully underground with, like, no hint much on where they aren't, unless you use, like, the metal detector, of course. So for that reason, the refined binoculars, I'll just not spend on it at all. But yeah, if you're going to get it at all, that would be a good time. But I can't think of one moment as a collector at all between getting from rank 1 to rank 20 that I've ever had a good use for the refined binoculars. I would just stick with the field shovel and the metal detector, honestly. Because yeah, I think it's just a really limited amount of like collectibles that the binoculars would even be able to help you find anyways. And it's not the ones that are like the most lucrative either. And then yeah, I already mentioned the metal detector. So yeah, all in all, field shovel is worth it, and so is the metal detector. Refined binoculars, just don't get them, in my opinion. They're terrible, and they don't really help at all, I would say. Like, you can just watch some video guides instead of even buying the refined binoculars. And like I said, their use is so limited, I'm pretty sure, because you can't even, like, see most of the, like, underground collectibles. I don't think they really give much of a hint, from what I could tell. So it's much better off just with the metal detector and the field shovel one last time. And then, only one last thing to go over, but it's something from the last couple event weeks. But yeah, for those who are on PSN or PS4, of course, such as myself, the like PS4 bonus thing right now, PlayStation Plus members get free match refills and free trader resupplies as well, wherever those even are, if they're even still in here. I don't even know where those went now. I don't know if they somehow expired. Or actually, they might just be at the trader thing. Yeah, you might have to go to actual camp to use those ones. Or shit, maybe they did expire. RIP. So yeah, you can still get these free match refills, as well as free trader resupplies as well. That's still a thing going on right now. And then still for Twitch Prime, it's still the free polished copper moonshine still. And then also the free collector bag as well, like I mentioned. Which has gone on since the DLC's release for the free collector's bag, so that's not anything really new. It's been there for a while, but just to mention it's still going on. So that's one less discount that you have, of course, if you're Twitch Prime, because it's free anyways. Also, if I didn't show it off too well, I am a rank 20 for collector. So the opinions I gave on the collector role, I would definitely take my opinions seriously on the collector. But yeah, because I'm a rank 20 collector, I think it is fair to say that the refined binoculars are nowhere near as useful as the shovel and metal detector. Like honestly, that's a straight up fact. See, I'm not just trying to throw unnecessary shade. I just think the refined binoculars are trash. But yeah, it's kind of a short event week for this week, but that's not going to be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.